What is up, y'all? It is your boy Winston Wolf. I'm back. I just want to do a quick video about this WWE stuff before I head to work. Stephanie McMahon resigns last night, and the sale of the WWE to some Saudi Arabians. I don't know if I assume it's the same people that he's been working with that held the whole plane. That's a dark side of the ring I want to see right there. Just to sidetrack a little bit before we get into it, I want to see the dark side of the ring about when the Saudis pretty much held a plane full of wrestlers hostage for whatever reason. That's what I want to see. But pretty much, I'm sure that's who he's selling the WWE to. Are these idiots who think that Yokozuna is still alive, who want Goldberg and The Undertaker in every main event? Yeah, these idiots. So you already know where the quality of WWE is going with these morons. But so the sale's pretty much complete to them. I think just the ink has to dry. I'm not really sure. But you should have known things were going to be bad when Stephanie McMahon resigns. Because when a company takes over another company, or whoever just, acquires a company that has that many moving parts like the WWE, you don't just fire everybody, unlike what Elon Musk did with Twitter. But we know why he did that. You usually keep the people in there and then you do a slow transition. Because if you buy the company, obviously you're trying to gain something from it, or you like the way it's being ran. So you at least got to let the new people that you want to come in learn the system, see what makes it successful, see what made you want to purchase it in the first place. So you don't just get rid of everybody. So her resigning, that should have told you that she knew that it's not going to be in any direction that she's going to want to be a part of. And if she's not cool with it, Triple H ain't going to be with it. If Triple H ain't with it, all the people that he's built those good relationships with on the inside and the wrestlers he's brought back after that brain dead dummy Vince fired him, all those people, they're not going to like it. So right there, he has that built-in loyalty. And the good thing about that is a new promotion. I don't think Stephanie and Triple H are going to sit back and, everybody else that, loves that business and wanted to see the WWF become the best it could be. I don't think they're just going to be like, oh, well, it was fun while it lasted. We tried. No, if you remember a few years ago, Stephanie and Hunter and them sold their stock when they got the alleged insider trading information. So they got tons of money. And not that they would spend their own money doing it, but it takes money to borrow money and to get investors. Anybody that's ever tried to get a big loan from the bank or whatever, you got to have something. You can't just go in there empty-handed. You got to either have money to get money, or you have to have something to leverage against it. So they got the money where they can get investors. Also, they have those built-in relationships with Fox, with NBC, with those people. Now, I know you're saying, well, that's WWE is the name brand. So how are they going to get... We're in a PC era right now, and it's not good. There's some good things. There's always some good things about toning things out, but that's a whole nother discussion. But we know the PC culture has gotten out of control. But the thing about that is, when you have the Saudis who don't like any alternative lifestyles, they're chopping up journalists in their embassy. Women get stoned to death for wearing jeans. They don't like other religions. I don't want to get into that, but that's why Sami Zayn doesn't do any crown jewel things. That's why Kevin Owens, because he's loyal to Sami Zayn, won't do any crown jewels. When you have that, do you think those corporations are going to be so quick to jump into bed with these people? No, they're not. And just knowing and working with somebody that you worked with before and you've had success before, they've worked with Triple H, they worked with Stephanie, they know that they know how to run things. They've been in it for decades at this point, Stephanie and Triple H doing this. So knowing that, I believe that these corporations, they would be faster to get into bed with Triple H and Stephanie than they would with whoever is buying the WWE. Also, I think a lot of people don't realize that the Forbidden Door, nobody really cares about New Japan doing something with AEW. Nobody cares about Impact doing anything with the NWA. Nobody really cares about that. They all want to see the WWE interact with these companies. WWE and AEW. WWE and New Japan on, a bigger level, not just maybe exchanging talent here and there on the low. No, that's what they want to see. With Hunter and Stephanie, that's gonna open it up right there, because they're not gonna have, even if they start a new promotion, they're not gonna have all that money to lock down people to exclusive things. They might, for a couple people, that they want to make, long-term champions and things like that. But for everybody else, they're gonna have to have the AEW thing where they allow people to go somewhere else to make money, to do things like that. So that's gonna open the door. Like, I think this situation, people aren't looking at the good thing. They're looking at, oh man, WWE is ended. Is that really such a bad thing, the way the WWE has been ran the last however many years? And honestly, what kind of miracle was it going to take for Triple H and everyone to turn this around into something that you actually wanted? It wouldn't have came anywhere close to what the fans actually wanted on our wish list. It wasn't going to happen. You would maybe get things here or there, but it was never going to happen. With Triple H and Stephanie and whoever going along with them, you get one step closer to that dream wrestling landscape that you've always wanted. Also, it takes a while for a deal like this to get finalized because it's a public company. You can't tell me within that time Triple H isn't going to do some contract tampering. I don't mean drawing up, bad contracts or whatever like that, but he can definitely tell the people in charge. Just like when Vince, when he let, Kurt Angle go. He was under a contract, but because of circumstances, he's like, hey, you can go. I don't want to be responsible for your death with you overdosing on drugs. So they have been known to let people go regardless. Everybody knows those contracts in WWE mean nothing. They mean nothing. If they want to let them go, they'll let them go. It's all one-sided. So you can't tell me that Triple H and Stephanie and whoever isn't on the low going to certain people, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, pretty much all the AEW people, Charlotte Flair, all of them, is saying, hey, we're going to restructure this so that you can leave if we get something going on, or something along those lines. You can't tell me they haven't already put that in motion, because I believe it's mutual. Nobody's going to want to work for these people. Nobody, except for the old washed up wrestlers. And they're going to learn real quick, these Saudi Arabian dudes, when they get those older wrestlers with the bad attitudes and low work rate and just can't do anything, and they're just paying, and they don't care because they're billionaires. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to hurt them, but they're going to learn. They're going to be frustrated. They're going to learn, oh, this isn't as easy as we thought it was going to be. You can't just throw money at everything. I think WCW showed people that. But I look at this as a good thing. I want the WWE at this point to fail miserably, which is going to open the door for a lot more freedom with a lot more wrestlers. The only thing that's bumming me out about this situation is CM Punk, because I think we were all hoping that he would pop up Royal Rumble, something like that, at least before the end of this year. That ain't going to happen. Look up his tweet to The Miz that he did about going to Crown Jewel, and you'll see. Maybe they have thick skin like how Vince McMahon and them, to where, people can sue them, physically assault them, and they'll still bring them back. Who knows? But I don't think Punk would want to wrestle for them, and I don't think they're too excited about bringing him in. I honestly don't even think that they understand why CM Punk is so popular. If you're all over Goldberg and Undertaker, and that's what gets you off, I really don't think you understand what the attraction to CM Punk would be. So that's the only thing that I think is bad. So hopefully the AEW situation will improve with CM Punk due to this. Due to Tony Khan seeing that, okay, he ain't going to go there. So it's better to have him here than just CM Punk not wrestling anywhere at all, or just doing super small indies. You know what I'm saying? But I think this is where AEW needs to step up. I think this is where Triple H and Stephanie and whoever, and Shane, I think Shane is going to be a part of whatever new promotion that they come up with. And look at all their connections. Shane, when he first left WWE, with all the pay-per-view connections, with that, just everything, with all those relationships, Stephanie, Triple H, and Shane, and other people behind the scenes who aren't going to be happy with that, you're going to get something. You're going to get something, and hopefully this involves working with AEW. Hopefully this involves, take yourself back to when you would read Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Yes, an actual physical magazine. And you remember the year issues, the annual issue of, the Dream pay-per-view. Flair versus Hogan, blah blah. We could finally see that, and it won't be the name brand WWE, but at this point, it's going to be garbage. It's WWE. No one's going to care about that name. It's going to be whatever the Triple H, Stephanie, possibly Shane McMahon promotion working with AEW. That's what it's going to be. But I think you're going to see this year and next year, you're going to see some of the craziest stuff wrestling has ever seen. Some of that we're right now living through the evolution of professional wrestling. So, and I can only hope that after this sale, WWE implodes. And the one thing, too, that I was thinking of, Vince McMahon is so set on legacy. You look at the intro to the shows, he has a picture of his dad. In his office, he had that painting that Jerry Lawler made of his grandfather. What was it? His father, Vince McMahon Sr., Vince McMahon Jr., Shane McMahon. And he just, legacy is a big thing with him. He ruined his legacy. He ruined it. His legacy is over with. That tells you how senile him and Joe Biden. I would love to see a sit-down interview with both of them. Just how nonsensical and just bananas that would be. Because those are the two most senile, mush-brain idiots in the world today. And their actions have proved it. But it's over with. We can just remember the good times. And please, God, if the Saudis will do one thing, just bring back the WWE Network. Peacock sucks.